we make a blue-white deck that's an aggro deck without being soldiers and not a control deck? Ooh, no questions. But we're going to try anyway. In fact, somebody else made it for us. That's probably the only reason this exists. And that somebody is an MTGO user named Hamuda, who did a 4-0 in a standard challenge preliminary with this blue-white artifact aggro deck that has some pretty cool synergies that I'm excited to talk about. This deck is actually very aggressive, deceptively aggressive, and one of the biggest things that it can do is it can play a Norn's Inquisitor, incubate 2, so there are 2+1/+1 counters on the artifact, because the artifact, when you incubate, remember, turns into a 0/0. So if you put a Zodiac Glyph on the incubator token before it's a creature, it keeps the +1/+1 counters and is a 7/6 for 3 mana with Discover 3 on turn 3, and it has haste in that case because it was on the battlefield last turn. 3 mana, 7/6, haste, Discover 3, artifact creature, so it can't be Go for the Throated. Yeah! That hits really freaking hard. The rest of the deck is a lot of cheap 1 mana cards to make sure that there's always an artifact in play so that our glyph has targets. Spyglass Siren, Warden of the Inner Sky, Novice Inspector. We've seen those cards elsewhere and they're doing their work here. Case of the Flinched Falcon is another way to get an artifact on the field, and you solve it with 3 or more artifacts, which isn't hard for the deck. And for 2 and a blue, you sack the case and put 4 +1/+1 counters on a non-creature artifact. Well, that can be that incubator token we talked about, which already has 2 counters, so that can be a 3 mana 6/6 flying bird. That's also insanely good. And if you wanted your Zodiac Glyph incubator token to fly, you could always use Steel Seraph, which is in the deck as well. So it's artifact aggro. For removal, it has the Dusk Rose Reliquary to take out a few little critters, but also we're running 4 Make Disappears to try to keep the opponent off balance. This could be No More Lies. The reason I'm trying Make Disappear instead is I did have some mana problems. It's not always easy to keep up your white and your blue source, especially if you have like a Murex on the battlefield, but I might be overthinking that a little based on a small sample size of experience, but Make Disappear is the nod for now. There is a sideboard for you best of 3 gamers. Make sure that you get rid of it before you hit craft all if you don't plan to play best of 3. But for those who do, it seems like a solid sideboard using cards like Knockout Blow to keep mono red off balance and Negate and Tidebinders to keep other decks, control decks and mid-range decks in check. Before we dive into the video, let's thank our sponsors. CoolStuffInc.com. Use the promo code CGB5 for a discount. They sponsor all the videos on my channel and I appreciate them a lot. Using the code CGB5 saves you money and keeps them supporting the channel. And also Ultimate Guard. Thank you to Ultimate Guard for providing all the protective products for my cards. I use their Katana sleeves and Cortex sleeves on every single Magic card that I keep in my collection, and man, have I got a closet full of foil sets. So that was a lot of sleeves for them to give me so that I could do this message in truthfulness. So thank you very much to Ultimate Guard for all of those sleeves. And now let's dive in. Let this blue-white artificial nonsense begin.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of CovertGoBlue, and you can find all of his unique tokens and playmats at CovertGoBlue HQ. Take to the skies with CGB's Shark token and playmat, and his premium Dragon Rider token and playmat, or become the apex predator of your next game night with his Dinosaur Rider playmat and token. CoolStuffInc.com/CGB is your place for all things CovertGoBlue. So check it out if you want to channel your inner one in Best of One. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Shuffler comes to screw me. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Always fun to try a new deck. All right, keep 6. Get rid of you. Let's go with turn 1 Siren. Next turn we can play Warden. Okay, and we're gonna hit the land for the glyph, so that's huge. Bam, bam, and bam. Another Siren is nice. Better than drawing useless lands. So we keep. Blue and white. If we go for the glyph here, I think that's a little too aggressive. Would you like to counter this? It might. Yep. Hey, we got damage out of it. Let's keep the power coming. And the fourth land means Murex gets going, so we'll keep this. I know I said last turn useless land, but we're against blue-white control, so let's bring the fight to them. They march. Do they have a land? No? Okay. Well, that's a window, and we'll take a window where one shows up to move in and beat them up. They might have another march, which would be sad, but it's fine. Now we're just using Murex until they die. That missed land drop's going to cost them. They rattle off 2 in a row, though. Temporary lockdown. Yep. Frustrating. And we replenish. Novice Inspector. Murex into a token. Zodiac Glyph on the clue. You die. Don't blink, you might have missed it. Just clowning blue-white control, no big deal. Oh my goodness, all the cheap cards I get to play. Oh, it's exciting. So what do? We go like Spyglass into Warden. I think so. Uh-oh. Dinosaurs. They also usually run Cavern, don't they? When do we play the Anchorage? This I'm sure about. But is it... I think we play the Anchorage now. Yeah, we keep these. Hopefully there's no Cavern. If there's no Cavern... Make Disappears will be very important. Okay, turn 2 Hammer Skull, but no Fight Rigging. Because they can't cast Fight Rigging with the Lore Keeper. And it's a big creature. It only hits you every other turn unless they get another dinosaur. Play this. Activate this. You. What do we need? Do we need another land? I want to get the coat down. I guess we do need another land. No Cavern, no Cavern, no Cavern, no Cavern. No Cavern. No Cavern. Fun! How? No! You son of a... I can't face the reality. I quit. I quit. Just go. Just get the hell out. Get out. Get out. I hate you. On the play. Boom. Warden stuff. We also have the Inquisitor into the glyph, which is the first time I've ever seen or done that. That's exciting. We'll have to draw land, though. You think we'll draw one? I don't know. Tap land. Okay. Well, I could go for the Inquisitor and just hope to top deck a land. That's not the most likely thing that will happen here. I think we'll go for a Case and a Warden. We're trying to get ahead of temporary lockdown, which is very hard to do. Yep, that's how we do it. We find a Make Disappear. That's what we do to a temporary lockdown. The bat is going to miss this Make Disappear. That's actually clutch. I mean, they saw me scry top. They could guess it's a land. In which case they take the glyph, probably. Yep. Land on top. Keep that. Roar! Alright, they're not going to play lockdown if they played a bat, right? But still, I think Make Disappear is the play. Although, is it? We could just play this Inquisitor. We'd have a ton of potential pressure. Next turn, like, what are they going to do? Play a Rafine, put a counter on this attack next turn? This becomes a 4/5. So, like, they don't get in with it again unless they kill this. I think we be aggressive here. What's the worst thing that could happen? You're going to play like a Gix? We don't really care. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. The Warden can beat this. Warden's going to be too big and flying and vigilant, and we can protect it. The discard make disappear, probably the right call. Yeah. Pretty sweet too. Rawr. Now this puts counters on target non-creature artifact. It becomes a bird with flying. So it can make a 6/6 incubator token, which is epic. Let's just go for this though. I guess we can go bigger. But we know we're keeping on top because it messes with Rafine. We counter their removal spell. We make a 6/6. Yeah, that's fine. Not scary. What are you gonna do? Run it right into this? All right, let's not draw. Too risky. Bigger. Don't think you are necessary. Do it again, especially if we're not going to activate this turn. All in. Voltron mode, assemble. Pretty good card named Mirix, but... Don't think we'll need that in this matchup. It's too much about the board presence. What are you going to do about it? It's a 7/8. They're going to take it. They're going to take it. Okay. In that case, we play the land. We can sack a clue. We can pass. Cut down. Yeah, you got it. Oh no, what will I do without that card? Could have powered up in response if we wanted one more +1/+1 counter here. I think I'd rather have the card off the clue. It's already a lethal threat. We don't need to make it any bigger. Uh-huh. Well, isn't that something? We could have an Aganjo. Think about that for a second. Depends what they discard. Those look like some lands, so Aganjo would be enough. Or we could block and kill the Rafine. They go up to 13. We have 7/8. We have an untapped land. 9/10 +4 14. That is enough. We draw. Okay, really want an untapped land there, but we'll hold. There it is. That's 13. Sure. Oh no! What'll I do? They knew. I think they always knew. What I really want to know is if they had an Aganjo. That's what I'm curious about. But we'll take the dub. I have no idea if I'm supposed to keep a hand with 2 glyphs and no artifacts. But on the draw with a Make Disappear and a Wandering Emperor against Tendies, I'm going to try it. Easy, never didn't have it. No cut downs. Founding the third path. Combo. I think we're good against combo, especially if we can come up with the make disappears. Breach in the graveyard, squirm in the graveyard. Only two permanents. Excuse me. Yeah, all right. Awkward make disappear moment. Let's see what they mill, though. This is not the turn you want to have. You would love to be one more turn ahead so you could get the glyph down and then have make disappear up. Oh, it's real. You run Tempest Heart. Always blows me away. It works, though. Show me green mana. There you go. Sure. Not using make disappear there. We know they have an emergence, and we know they can cast one next turn using the founding. But how many? They have 6 permanents in the graveyard. So I can't glyph yet. I can just keep playing my little trashy creatures. Copy it, you may cast. They don't have green mana. So if they target a squirm, we don't respond to that. Nice, they exiled their squirm for no reason. I mean, we take those. Tapped green, ouchie. Did they? I don't know. All right, so the founding. Do you counter the founding or do you counter the eventual squirm? This eventually is a squirm, right? There's another one down there, so it makes sense to do this. Sirens. All right, we can't go for the glyph until we have like 5 mana. I think I'm gonna try to hit. Scoon. Bin. We've got to be big enough to attack through a prankster once they cast it. If they go for the squirm, it's their 3rd one, and 2 foundings are gone. They're going for it. We have to casualty. I mean, hopefully they're out of squirm and founding now. Hopefully they're not so lucky as to have 3 of each in their top 22 cards. So we can try to take advantage. We see a breach. They are on 5 mana, so 2 turns until breach. Yeah, we gotta close. We can't mess around. 7 points. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. Especially with their adventure creatures, I think they're gonna be able to buy time. But will they draw the land they need? They're digging. Those are expensive cards. 2 breaches in hand. They have the land. They're trying to top an untapped land next turn. Can they do it? We hit a tapped land, balls. It'd be nice to get the glyph going. See if we can attack with this siren by hitting a non-land. We do. We definitely don't need that. Okay. No breaches. They will never draw an untapped land when they need one. Never. Can't do it. Couldn't happen. Couldn't happen. Look at that chump block. Gotta go at him. Come on. Unfortunately, we don't solve the case. Untapped land? Archaeologist. Hold on. We see a Jace. Ew. Ew. Okay, that's a draw 3. Oh no. Oh no. I'm definitely gonna lose this. There's no way I get out of this. I don't know why they don't cast the Jason draw 3. Like, that's easy, right? Here we go, here we go.
The weak-minded will be educated in Phyrexia's ways.
Yep.
I know where
2 untapped lands. They have the land? They have the land. Okay, Breach. They cast Breach next turn, and I think it's just over if they do. So I'm looking at this board. I can't use this. I can cast the Glyph. They can chump. They take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not there. It's not there. I have to draw a Make Disappear. It's the only... I think it's the only way. And, let's see. If I sack the Clue with the Breach on the stack, I could run the Glyph into the Make Disappear and cast it for free. But if I draw it off the Clue, it would be a heartbreaker. I can also use the map token. And that's a tap. Oh, that's so bad. But the thing is, if they resolve the Breach, the game's over. I think I have to take every shot I have at getting a third Make Disappear. I think that's the only thing I can do right. Because I can't win here. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright. Feels real bad. Oh man. Okay. Put in hand. Doesn't really matter. Map token doesn't matter. Draw. Doesn't matter. We don't want the Jace in the graveyard. There's a chance that we get another turn, that's how. I guess if we exile it, if it's their only one, that could matter? Oh, I can't target a Planeswalker. That's sad. I thought this was anything. Oopsie. Artifact or creature. Lame. Well, I don't need to watch. I know how it works. That was very, very depressing. On the play. We go Siren, we go Warden, or Skoon Skoon. Do love Skoon Skoon. Caw. Uh-huh. Don't we all just like 2-for-1s? Ooh, that's a draw. I think we play Schooner, though. I guess we pass. Play a little defense. Maybe they don't read the boat. No, I can crew it. Great. What's that? That's it? Okay. Third land. Who wants to crew this? Should it be the Siren? Make Disappear, catching something good would be nice. And of course, if not, we can draw. But right now, we're at a stalemate. They do need to find a way to get ahead. Cavern on Human. They didn't name Vampire. Must be nice. Must be nice. But if they're just targeting this, it's not a big deal. They can't hit the Schooner. Okay. So they can get an attack in. Guess so. So, we've got Brutal Cathar. It's an interesting one. Let's go with Lifelink, I guess. We want to, or Vigilance is interesting. Okay, Vigilance. Yay, land. We're doing it. We're doing the things. I mean, you're not jumping with Brutal Cathar, so what are you thinking about? See if we can get a counter over here. Spin. One boat's enough boat. Now we've got 2 blockers ready. Tapping the Seraph was very much about if they have the case of the Getaway Express. Like, they want to kill this, so we're not down a blocker when they do. It's 11 points if they have Recruiter. That just became 14 points if they have Recruiter. Discard reinforcements. So their hand has spells. Yeah, they're yeah. Recruiter on deck. We have to survive next turn. Is it even possible? Yeah, it's possible. Don't know what they're thinking about. This can't be a smart attack. They're just literally being I don't know. Guess I'll just hold this priority and go take a bathroom break. Reliquary's nice. What are we sacking? Novice Inspector or Inquisitor? What do we do? How do we best use our mana? This is on Vampire, this is on Human, so we're not going to counter anything. It's 1, and then 2, and then 1. So we make the treasure, we sack the treasure. We exile this, we get a new treasure. And I think we Skoon. We have to keep the pressure on them. We've got to get them in a position where we can win this game. Maybe it's just Vigilance attack with the Seraph. We have to be able to win next turn. We can do that if we attack with both. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. All right. All right. A few chump blocks and we got this. Okay, they played that. You gonna pay? You know, since you didn't use a cavern? I'm pretty sure that we win from this, right? We can make the schooner fly. That's all we have to do. I don't know if they thought that through. This at least gives them another turn and a battle cry trigger. I don't think they thought this through. Opponent? Boros? Kind of silly, but okay. Nom? Like, what would you say we do here? They literally, like, you at least attack all out, right? And maybe I block and lose my inspectors, so I at least have to play a creature to crew the schooner to have lethal, but they just left themselves as dead as possible. Today's Cool Kids Club member shout out goes to Murtak Eve. Murtak, thank you very much for joining the Cool Kids Club, and I hope you're enjoying early access to the videos, the live streams that I do. I'm trying to do like 2 a week where I do a really long stream and record a whole bunch of videos so that I have time to really focus on some of the other projects I have going on that I can't wait to show you on this channel. So Murtak, and to all the Cool Kids Club members, a big thank you. I hope you enjoy your random shout out, your early access, and to those of you who are not in the Cool Kids Club but are cool curious, hit the join button below. You get to see all the perks, decide if that's right for you. All right, this deck, what do we have to say about this deck? It's too aggressive. I want my control back. That's the truth. It just feels weird in these colors. It's hard for me, but this is a decent list. I went 50-50 with it so far, and you can feel a lot of the play draw tension. You can feel a lot of like a not much removal. Boros goes too wide. Your 7/6 doesn't get in there, and you just got to get up in the sky somehow. So it's a challenging thing, this meta, because it's so polarized. Everybody is able to have tremendous and amazing board presence on turn 3, 4, and if you don't, you're probably playing a control deck or you're not really meta viable. So while this deck can have the busted starts, so do other decks. This deck isn't particularly more disruptive than other decks, you know? They're like holding up a Make Disappear is a real cost because there aren't other instant speed things you can do. So realistically, Make Disappear goes in the 2-drop spot. It's more of a 4-drop because you have to be able to do something cool on your turn and then also have Make Disappear available, which is very challenging. So my overall grade on the deck, it's another one of these like excellent potential high ceiling turn 3. We're putting the pressure on decks. It's kind of like Dinosaurs. To be honest, it reminds me of playing the current Dinosaur deck, which is absolutely wild to say for blue-white, but it is. That's what making a quick 7/6 that goes to work on turn 3 is all about. And it has similar challenges. Sometimes a turn 3 attacking 6/6 or 7/6 in this case isn't good enough. So yeah, what a meta, what a world we live in. Still, if this particular brand of blue-white does make you feel a little better than a control strategy, or you just really only love the colors blue-white, or you had a lot of these cards around anyway, this is a good escapey little deck. And I'm not gonna dunk on it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't also love it. That's my truth on it. I'm curious what yours is. Let me know in the comments your feelings about the deck. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next one. You're cool.